What up, crypto fam? It's Phantom here with another stream for this Wednesday, 3/16. I'll not be streaming Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. I'm actually going away to stay with a friend for a few days, but I'm hoping that things turn out the way that we've been discussing on the stream all this week. And it looks like things are at least moving in that direction, which is a good sign. We've anticipated this move. We've been talking about it since last week. Hopefully it continues to the upside. We do have quite a large amount of resistance structures to get through. So I'm hopeful that we continue to grind our way up and that this is the momentum shift that we've been looking for, albeit a slow start. It's going in the right direction, at least for the moment. So I'll take that as a win. The fear and greed index, we are in fear territory, so we've left extreme fear and are now fearful. I'm assuming the few tick points up are because Bitcoin has been moving up in price over the course of today. We're currently sitting over 41,000 for a single Bitcoin. Once we continue to hit this resistance level that I've marked out, and we continue to shoot back down. So I think we'll keep chewing at this. I'm hoping we can break through in the next day or so. And then I'm hoping we get pretty smooth sailing on the rest of the way up until we get to the 48K region. So that's what I'll be looking for the later half of this week into this weekend. We'll see on Sunday if it plays out the way that I think it will, but we do have resistance to get through, so we're not out of the woods yet, but we are making the turn. So it's good to see. I'm happy that things are looking a little bit better. The Fed and the news today did come out and raised interest rates as expected. They increased them by 1/4 point. The Federal Reserve on Wednesday raised interest rates for the first time since 2018 and laid out an aggressive plan to push borrowing costs to restrictive levels next year and a pivot from battling coronavirus pandemic to countering the economic risk posed by excessive inflation and the war in Ukraine. So their interest rates were at just about zero, and they increased them by 1/4 point. Most policymakers now see federal fund rates raising to a range between 1.75 and 2 by the end of 2022, the equivalent of a 1/4 percentage point increase each time the Fed comes out with its policy meetings for the rest of the year. They project that it will climb to 2.8% next year, and anything above the 2.4% level that officials believe will slow the economy. I read that as possibly in 2023 we may start a recession and pullback of a lot of the markets. So obviously not financial advice, but I'll be looking to plan for that by taking hopefully profits on the way up. I'm hoping we still get our bull cycle in 2022 for Bitcoin and the high risk assets. I don't think Bitcoin is done yet for this run up. It's obviously extended, but we've had a lot of very difficult news situations to deal with, and this cycle's just different than before. There's similarities. History doesn't always repeat, but it rhymes. That said, I think that we take a third run at going towards 100K Bitcoin. So I absolutely will be taking even more profits this time. I took profits the last round that we went up. I have those profits now to reinvest, but I'm waiting for Bitcoin to choose a clear direction. The other really cool news article that I read is Ukraine, Zelensky legalized crypto in his country, signing into law a bill on virtual assets amid the frenzy of asset donations to support the country's defense against the Russian invasion. So, good job, crypto community. We've donated, Ukraine's received at least $100 million in crypto donations over the past 3 weeks from people who want to support its defense and help the humanitarian efforts. That's a big deal. You can't ship gold over there. So, yeah, this is really just a message of how strong and how helpful our community is. The Ministry of Finance is working on amendments to the country's tax and civil codes to fully launch the market for virtual assets. Huge news. The Fed hike didn't hit us as expected. We are pushing to the upside as I thought we would towards the end of this week. It just happens to be we're almost towards the end of the week, so maybe I was a day or so off. But we are pushing to the upside as I hoped we would based off of what the chart was reading. Once we do get up to through the first level of resistance, I will start looking at altcoins and I'll start charting those out if this is beneficial to anyone watching the stream. If you do find this information helpful, greatly help me by subscribing, following. I post these on YouTube as well. And I'll keep my eye out on any of the latest and greatest news that's coming out. I'll be for sure watching the charts. I will not be streaming the next 3 days, just as a reminder. So stay safe out there. Always do your own research. Don't ape into anything. Listen to the charts. The charts will tell you what to do. Have a plan. Have a plan if things go well. Have a plan if things pull back. Have a plan if we continue to move sideways. Have a plan. Execute on the plan. So until then, I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. I hope you have an even better Thursday. And let's get after it. I hope Bitcoin pushes through this resistance and we can start our move to the upside is what I'm hoping for. So I'll be keeping my fingers crossed and stay safe out there, fam. Catch you in the next stream. Peace.